Greetings, Black Light. Last video we talking about these YouTube leaders, black YouTube leaders on YouTube, political leaders who got tons and tons of following. There's only very few brothers that have YouTube channels or post videos that I listen to and admire, and most of them are uh, like one of them is Nation of Gods and Earth, Born Mastermind Allah, and it's a brother in Minister Farrakhan's camp that is very intelligent, even though he's with Minister Farrakhan. I mean, that's his business because everyone knows that Minister Farrakhan is into that Scientology stuff and has forsaken the teachings. But I recognize Minister Wesley Muhammad as being a scholar when it comes to researching and putting things together. Because, like I told you, I went to Wayne County Community College, which most people think it's a little rinky-dink, but the foundation of Wayne County Community College is Shaw College. That's the foundation. Here in Detroit, a black man started Shaw College, and it kept revolving and revolving until it became Wayne County Community College. And back in those days, which they had to kind of change because the Caucasians didn't like what they was teaching, and so I ain't gonna go into that right now, but I'll give you a brief illustration of what I'm talking about. These are kind of professors that I had when I was going to Wayne County Community College. This brother here, who was an English teacher, he taught English, but he sandwiched it in with he wrote a book called Down the Nile with ancient Kemet literature and stuff like that. What he was doing was showing us how to read between the lines and comprehension, how to cipher the English language and tell us how they, use trigonometry of words, but you gotta, when you read a book, he said, research the author of the book thoroughly, because the book always gonna have a piece of the author in it. And so we had teachers like him. Like I said, his name is Candy Kumasi. That was several years back. That was in the late '80s when I graduated from Wayne County Community College right around in 1990. But Wesley Muhammad reminded me of him, of Candy Kumasi, as far as researching. He taught us how to research and go to the library. And they had rare books in Wayne County Community College Library that you couldn't get nowhere else. I read a book about communalism and African social structure, and they said communism. What it did was the white man took the communalism and turned it into communism. And a black, I think he was from Nigeria or he was from somewhere. Anyway, he was the author of that book. But you couldn't take none of them books out because they were reference books. They were rare books, see. So anyway, that's why I learned. I really had an internalization of the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and everything. You know, I kind of doubted it. My mother, because my mother got out of the Nation of Islam when I was 7, so I kind of doubted some of the things he was saying. But I compared everything my uncle was saying, you know, because he told me, you know, him and my mother, my uncle and my mother taught me about their times with Malcolm X. And I got glimpses of him through them that no one else has got before. And then later on, I got with Supreme Minister John Muhammad. And he pulled, right after I graduated, I got with John Muhammad. Then, when Minister Farrakhan gave the Million Man March, uh, I got with Minister Farrakhan. But then when I went to Washington and heard his speech, I got disenchanted with that move he made and got back with the Supreme Minister John Muhammad. And because you know, I ain't gonna lie, you know, Farrakhan was a fiery speaker, and you know, when you're young, kind of young, you like somebody fiery, you know. But then, as I matured, I like somebody that talks sense. They don't have to be all that fiery, and they don't have to have a hell of a charisma to be very wise and have the knowledge that he had. So this is what I'm trying to display to you, young cats watching my channel and watching YouTube. You know, your peers kind of sway you into following the crowd and whoever they like, you know, you might like or whatever. But, you know, when brothers tell you that the elders ain't nothing, it depends on the elders they talking about. Uh, the brothers in Detroit, you know, we always have been trailblazers. You know, with the very gaudy, you know, with his black, you know, his black Motown sound that was knocking everybody else out the box. And you can go on and on. They had a TV 62, a black man on that. Later on, CBS bought it from them. That's the only thing about the brothers here, man. They start selling out, man. So, you know, and this is what I'm trying to, one of the things in my YouTube that I'm trying to convey on you is don't sell out. Don't sell your people out. You know, and these brothers on YouTube, you got to admit that Sinetta ain't talking the same way he was talking when he was on the street, when he was on the block, out in the open air. And same with Seti, same with Young Pharaoh. Dr. Umar, you know, he not no leader, man. Because he lost his cool when he was arguing with Seti. And it's very few YouTubers that got the composure to be a leader in this war. This ain't no uh, casual thing we into, man. This is war. And if you haven't woke up to that by now, then you must be out of your mind. The only one I know who had a military type approach was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Marcus Garvey had one, but uh, his history of the black man wasn't thorough. His history of the black man and the enemy wasn't as thorough as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Say with Noble Drew Ali. So when you got a military uh, unit like the FOI and building men up, you know, you tell me who could compare. And then Francis' business and all his wisdom that he had, can't nobody compare the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'll get back with this one later on. I just wanted to put that in the mix so y'all know how I think. Black light.